How can you miss having a chilled glass of Falooda this summer? Well, it has all the ingredients that are coolant by nature. It has sabja, it has rose syrup, it has vanilla ice cream, and also it has lots and lots and lots of crushed ice. Well, I'm showing you Royal Falooda, and I'm also showing you how to make the Falooda Sev. Hey guys, it's the Bombay chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Rajshri Food, which is your ultimate destination for 100% vegetarian recipes. Let's begin. Well, of course, the Falooda needs a little bit of a pre-prep. I know a lot of you who also would like to make your own rose syrup. It's very simple. Well, I'll leave that for another day, but let's begin with the primary ingredient of a Falooda, and that is soaking or blooming the Sabja seeds. Well, these are seeds that naturally kind of gellify after a few minutes. I'm keeping that in cold water. Well, I've also noticed that this does not gellify in any fat medium. So just ensure that the glass bowl that you use, or any bowl that you use for that matter, is devoid of any fat. Do not experiment this in milk or in cream because it does not bloom. Well, in case you cannot lay your hands on sabja seeds, you can get tulsi seeds, or you can even get chia seeds. The process is the same. Just keep that in cold water, keep it aside, and just let it bloom. As I promised, I'm also showing you how to make the Falooda Sev, and that Sev is made by the use of cornstarch. It's a single ingredient item. Let's see how it's made. It follows a very clean and clear scientific formula. To the cornstarch that you have, I'm using half cup of cornstarch, and to this I'm adding in 1.5 cups of water. But of course, because it's starch, I want it to mix nicely to begin with. So I'm using half cup of water to the starch. We need to mix this well. Ensure that it's nice and lump-free. You can whisk it, you can mix it, but trust me, you do not really need a whisk and things like that because it's just easily mixable. Once this is mixed and lump-free, we need to add in a cup full of water. Since I have half a measure, I'll use 2 of these. Let's mix this well. And the next step is equally simple. What you need to do is transfer all of this in a pan and cook this, as simple as it can get. What we are looking at is converting this white liquid, which will now of course begin to thicken, into almost translucent kind of a jelly-like mixture, and that's where we literally stop. Well, Falooda Sev across the world is made mechanically, and for that you need a Sev press, but you may not have it in your homes, so I'm showing you a home trick. So in case you do not have a Sev press, this is the trick that you will use. But before that, let's cook this till the desired texture or consistency. If you see, the mixture has literally clotted and it's looking clumpy, but it's also shiny at the same time. We cook it for just another 15 seconds with constant stirring. And with this, of course, the flame. At this stage, of course, you can add in some color, you can add in some essence. I know a lot of Falooda makers who also add in yellow color with just a touch of pineapple essence. Well, that also can be done, but I'm leaving it just absolutely white and neutral. Mix all of this well. And with this, off goes the flame. The next step is to transfer this into a piping bag. Well, this is the home trick that I want all of you to see and learn, because in case, like I said, you do not have a Sev press, this is something that's going to save you. Let's transfer all of this into the bag. Let's pack this up, and we need to drop it straight in iced water. All you need to do is give this just a little bit of a snip. Now you can decide the diameter of the Falooda Sev or the noodles that you're making. I'm making it a little thinner, so I'm just snipping off lightly. And there, you straight start pressing this in the water. Once the Sev is piped and ready in chilled water, let it sit for at least 10 to 15 minutes because this will set perfectly well, and that's when it's ready to use. So let's wait. It's been 15 minutes and our Falooda Sev or Falooda noodles. Actually, this is where Falooda actually gets its name from, because I've also heard that this Sev is called Falooda. Well, I don't know how much truth is there in this, but I have heard this. So I thought I'll just share this with you. While this was happening, I've of course kept a few other things ready. Primarily, I've kept the glass ready, which is very, 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 very important. You need a tall glass or a highball glass for something like this because it's going to get assembled. Well, to begin with, I'm using rose syrup. Because this is Royal Falooda, of course, it is made with rose syrup. But otherwise, if you like something called a Kesar Pista Falooda, which is also something that you get, which is yellow in color, you can of course replace this with that. But that does not become Royal Falooda. Royal Falooda is 99.99% only rose syrup. I'm following this up with the Sev that we've made. We need to pick this up with a slotted spoon. You see, it's become nice and plump. Let's drain out all the water. Let's add this. You can again, this is something that does not require a recipe per se. You can add in a spoonful, a ladleful, depending on how much Sev you personally prefer. To this, let's add in the bloomed sabja. I'm just clumping it on one side. I'm not really mixing it as such, because the beauty is in kind of assembling it or layering it. Well, in Mumbai, you get multiple types of Faloodas. Well, this of course is one of those many, and you also have various amazing vendors or Falooda makers in Mumbai. Well, one of those that I personally like is Crawford Market. I'm sure you've heard the name. There is something called Badshah. Well, Badshah Falooda is a typical Irani Parsi Falooda that you can ever savor. Well, there is Yadgar right outside Bandra station. There's Baba Falooda in Mahim, and I remember I have always lived my life in 4 bungalows or in Andheri, and we used to walk down this place called Versova, which is literally the end of Bombay right there, and that's where we used to have this another very amazing Falooda maker who is called Yadgar. Well, over the years he split into two, so the brother and the guy, they have their stores next to each other, but he also makes some amazing Falooda. Why that is different is because the milk that he uses is reduced milk, so that's a tinge yellow in color. He adds rabdi to it, he adds Falooda to it, and he tops it up with kulfi, which makes it outstanding. Well, if you're the ones who like kulfi, by all means add it, but I personally like vanilla ice cream, and also Royal Falooda is something that uses vanilla. So let's add in a few scoops, a few dollops of vanilla ice cream. Well, over the years, I've also realized something, that Falooda actually uses very little milk. It's actually assembled with a lot of these other things, and milk just goes right towards the end. So if you're the ones who like it like that, go all power with vanilla ice cream. To this, I'm adding in some ice. Now you can add in crushed ice, cubed ice. That's completely personal. Again, it's an absolute summery drink. So let's go all out and add in some ice. You can also add in chilled milk if you're not the ones who like ice personally. Finally, I'm topping this up with milk. This is chilled milk. Well, this is also something that is served generally with a long spoon or an ice cream spoon. What happens in that case is the spoon goes right under and you start jiggling it rightly, so the pink syrup kind of rises on top, and that results in a beautiful light pink colored liquid, and that's called Royal Falooda. I'm adding in some further ice cream because I'm personally in love with vanilla ice cream. Like I said, you can also add in kulfi at this stage, but to me, vanilla ice cream is Royal Falooda. Finally, bringing in some elements of color, and I'm adding in tutti frutti. Well, you can go all out. You can keep in a cherry. You can take the glazed cherry, you can add that, or you can just add in some dry fruits. That's completely personal. With this, your Royal Falooda is done and ready. Just a little more sabja on top, some more rose syrup on top, make it as colorful as you can make it look. And this, trust me, is going to be the star on your table. Well, this summer, make this for your family and friends and see how they cheer up. On that note, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to Rajshri Food, and for more such quick, simple and easy recipes, stay tuned.